What is going on, guys? Rangovidsmango12 here, and we are returning to Ultimate Spider-Man with issue 42. So if we go into our minds and remember what happened in the previous issue, we had that Geldof guy blowing up cars outside his school, Mary Jane and Peter Parker getting back together, and Mary Jane creating a half-made costume and giving it to Peter so he can go fight this Geldof guy. Now this issue is mainly going to focus on Peter taking down, or at least teaching Geldof the rule of with great power comes great responsibility. So without further ado, let's jump into this issue and get right on into it. So we open up the book and dive right on into the first page of issue 42, and we join Spider-Man as he's leaping over rooftops, swinging through the city streets to get to this other school where Geldof is blowing up these cars. And Peter has this dialogue going on in his head about him finally being back with Mary Jane and how he's really not in the mood to have the pedestrians on the streets make fun of his half-made costume whilst he takes down this Geldof guy. So as Spider-Man jumps into the action and confronts this Geldof guy, the people around him instantly recognize that it's Spider-Man, and I love how Spider-Man has kind of made a name for himself. He's a well-known superhero and people kind of intimidate him. They know that when he's there, the odds of them winning aren't very much. Now I love that even when he lands in front of these guys, the people that are kind of egging Geldof on, like telling him to do it more and everything like that, even recognize Spider-Man and even kind of flip out a little bit like, oh my god, it's Spider-Man. And then they kind of turn on him, telling Geldof to beat the crap out of Spider-Man. Now you can even see the principal of the school running over, and you know that when the principal doesn't have control of the school, you know that the students in the school are idiots. Now obviously not everybody in the school is idiotic, but there's a very big difference that you can see between Peter Parker's school and then this school. So the cops roll up, and the moment they do, Geldof just drops this act of being a tough guy and instantly asks for Spider-Man's help to get him out of there because he can't go back to prison or he'll get like sent out of the country or something like that, and all of this mad stuff. And Spider-Man actually starts to swing away, and Geldof grabs hold of him and ends up being dragged away with Spider-Man into the sky. And now what I love about this is just the character that Spider-Man puts across here. Like, Geldof was about to beat the crap out of Spider-Man, or he was at least going to attempt to, and then he turned around and asked for Spider-Man's help, and as he swung away, Spider-Man even still helped Geldof after everything that just happened. I mean, he even tries to settle down and try and get through to him about how his powers are amazing and he should use them for good, etc. So Geldof seems like a really troubled character. It seems like he's gone through a lot, and he's actually an orphan. And one of the main things about his character is that he doesn't know how he got his powers, but he definitely doesn't want to be a mutant. Now, in case you guys don't know, in the Ultimate Universe, mutants are kind of looked down upon. Like, except for the X-Men, mutants are kind of like, oh, you're a mutant, really? Like, oh, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. That's the type of attitude people have towards mutants in the Ultimate Universe. Now, of course, it changes later on, but as of right now, they're seen as freaks. And you can even see on screen right now Geldof's reaction to Spider-Man calling him a mutant. Even the slightest hint of him being said as a mutant sends him over the edge and even drives him to killing people, or threatening to anyway. Now Geldof as a character is actually really relatable. He actually begins to talk about how he was like bullied and everything like that, and I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that, but he talks about how when he's shown his powers, he suddenly became popular. Everybody wanted to know him, and that's really relatable in a sense, because imagine if you guys maybe like had a Ferrari in real life, something like, like a Lamborghini or something, and you had that, but you never took it to school with you, and then one day you turned up to school in a Lamborghini. Everybody would want to know you, everybody would want to be in the Lamborghini with you or something. That is the position that Geldof is coming from right now with these powers. They're his Lamborghini. So whilst these guys are stood on top of the rooftop discussing this, an armed robbery actually starts going off on the streets below, which is actually rather convenient and really bad luck for the robbers. Like, what are the odds of you robbing a shop directly underneath where Spider-Man is standing? Now, I love the attention to detail with Mark Bagley's artwork and just the whole writing in general. Like, you can even see the robbers are wearing a Captain America and Iron Man mask. And if that doesn't shout awesome at your face, I do not know what will. Now, what I love about this part is that Spider-Man still manages to retain the sense of humor, all whilst Geldof watches from above, almost suggesting that whilst you're fighting crime, it's a good idea to try and have fun at the same time. And you can even see the rest of the robbers even put their weapons down and surrender because they just know that Spider-Man is going to beat the crap out of them. And that's going back to what I said at the beginning of the issue when I said that people are kind of scared of Spider-Man now because they know that when he turns up, they're going to lose. And out of nowhere, this huge crashing explosion just blows through the window, launching Spider-Man over into these robbers, almost killing everyone in the room, especially this innocent old lady that was in there. And of course, this was caused by Geldof's arrogance because of how he used his powers without thinking about what he was doing. He's just destroying things without thinking about the people below, without regarding the safety of others. And you can see that Spider-Man jumped back onto that rooftop as fast as he could and happy slapped the crap out of Geldof for what he just did. And they get into a little bit of a domesticate, they get into a little bit of a fight, and Geldof even threatens to blow Spider-Man up. And you can see the reflection in Spider-Man's eyes as he says this, and then out of nowhere the X-Men turn up. That's Storm Aurora, that's Jean Grey, and that is Kitty Pryde. Now, yes, guys, in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, Kitty Pryde and Spider-Man do actually date further in the issues. I'm not going to reveal when, but she's actually one of the most interesting Spider-Man characters that he dates, and you'll grow quite fond of her, I'm sure. Now, that is where the issue comes to a close, so what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below, and I'm going to be giving this issue a smaller score than usual. I'm going to be giving it a 7 out of 10. Only because it based its entire story around Geldof, and in my opinion, like, I'm not that interested in Geldof. Sure, he's an awesome character, he's a relatable character. Literally, the entire comic was more or less on top of that one rooftop. And it would have been nice to see Spider-Man maybe throw Geldof around a bit, you know, teach him a bit more of a lesson. To be honest, I'd probably give it a little bit more, like a 7.5 out of 10. But I don't do 0.5s because I think they're not needed. I want more of a whole number, so I'm going to lean towards the 7 out of 10 a little bit more. But what score would you guys give this comic? Let me know in the comments below. Now, that is the end of this video, so go to the links in the description to follow me on Twitter and Facebook for all of the latest in comic book news and updates. And you can go to my Twitter to hear about when my videos are being uploaded, whether I'm having problems with my videos, etc. And if you want to know what I'm doing in my free time when I'm not editing these videos, then follow me on Instagram by going to the links in the description. And last but not least, hit the subscribe button for more, hit the like button, and I will see you all later.